in my hand.
Yes, sir.
I cannot take the lightning
Yes, sir.
and flash it across the land.
Yes, sir.
I cannot take a piece of clay and mold it in the man. But I have a Father
Preach, sir.
who can. Maybe you can't handle what's going on your job. Maybe they're trying to put pressure on you to make you crack. You can't handle it, but you got a Father. I can't hear too good. Maybe you can't bring any resolve to the hell that's in your home. You've done all you can. You've talked out. You left all kinds of notes and messages. You left for a while and came back to see if things were better. But yet seem like things have gotten worse. You can't handle it, but you got a Father. Whatever it is that's going on in your life, it may be above your head, but you got a Father who can do anything but fail. Good evening, Los Angeles. It's been good being here with you, but I've got to bid you good night. Thank you, Dr. Johnson, for letting me sit at your feet. Thank you, good people, for allowing me to share with you. But I've got to bid you good day. But before I leave you, if you forget anything I ever told you, when you're back in against the wall, remember one thing: you may not be able to handle things on your own, but you can still celebrate because you still have the relationship with your Father. The young man said, I'm going to get up from here, having ended up in a pig pen, having desired to eat the slop that the hogs were eating themselves, and realized that he had a better life where he came from than the life he ended up living, and said, I'm going to get up from here and go home to my Father. A celebration was waiting on him, but he had to release his past. He had to remember his Father. But lastly, he had to rely upon his faith. Shake one hand and tell him all you need when you lose everything else is your faith. And your faith is all you have left. Faith is all you need. Well, how in this here? Hebrews 11:1 said that faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Hebrews 11:6 says, if you're going to go to God, you must first of all believe that He is, and that promises for yourself and tell yourself you're going to make it, self. And tell yourself you're going to be all right, self. Take your cell phone, call your house phone, leave yourself a message and tell yourself joy is coming in the morning. Tell yourself weeping endures for a night, but joy is coming in the morning. Tell yourself that they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount upon wings like eagles. They shall run and not get weary. They shall walk and not faint. When you get home, press play and encourage yourself. Press rewind and then press play and encourage yourself. He said, I'm going home to where my Father is. Step by step, he made his journey. When he got on the horizon of the Father's landscape, his Father saw him in the distance. And when the Father saw him, he got out of his seat and ran to meet the boy. Did you hear what I said? He got up out of his seat and ran to meet his son. I got to tell you one more time. He got out of his seat and ran to meet his son. Oh, praise his name. The reason why he ran is simply because in agrarian culture, in that society, when a son disrespected his father, when a son dishonored his father, he was subject to be stoned to death. And I tell you what the father was doing before anybody else could